Welcome to Eurovision Kiki. We're three Americans who have fallen in love with Eurovision. I'm Doug.
I'm Steven.
I'm Katie, and here on Eurovision Kiki, we're bringing you the best information about the Eurovision Song Contest.
We'll bring you the music, history, traditions,
and all the tea currently surrounding the world of Eurovision.
Thank you for joining us for another Eurovision Kiki, and the band is back together. Katie, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back.
We definitely missed you.
I missed you too.
How was Asia?
It was beyond. It was so good. I am moving to Tokyo, so we'll have to figure out our recording schedule when I'm 15 hours ahead of Denver.
I got those time zones worked out. Let's do it.
Tokyo was amazing. Osaka was amazing. Thailand, incredible. Very rainy in Phuket, but we made it work, and it was just such a great trip. And obviously, Napa was amazing.
I mean, highlight of your trip was just us in wine country, right?
Yeah. And coming home to some wine shipments for the clubs that we joined.
That I'm still
You're
trying
like, where
to
did this come from? I had no idea.
I'm still trying to figure out. I need to figure out that price breakdown. They sent us a bunch of wine without actually letting us know how much each bottle of wine was. So I don't know.
You probably don't want to know if you have to ask.
I don't, but I also people still owe people money, and I'm just like, whatever, we'll figure it out down the road. It's no big
That's
deal.
how you know you had a good trip.
It is. Yeah. It's gonna get drank. That's the other part too. I'm not worried. So
I'll just pay full price for Botox and we'll call it even.
There we go. Botox and laughing gas while we're on our ketamine highs.
No. We're not Mormon.
Oh, that's right. No, we're not.
We can actually drink alcohol and coffee.
We can't justify our ketamine highs.
Right.
So
I don't even know what to do with any of that, and I'm okay with it.
You're not on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives bandwagon.
You know, I tried one episode and didn't make it through. So everybody needs
the body cam footage didn't do it for you.
I don't think I even made it that far.
Oh my gosh,
Doug.
It's everybody needs their guilty pleasure, terrible reality, and that's why I'm selling Sunset. So.
I did see a tweet that was like, thank God the music cue writers from Selling Sunset found another job. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It's all the same, needle drops.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're still on the... I'm going to switch topics here. We're still in just Eurovision land, no new artists. We're still with Theo Evan. Cyprus is still the lone wolf, but that's okay. We've still got stuff to talk about, right, Doug?
Right. And more news is coming out. We've got a lot of dates set for national finals. I was just reading about, I think it's Albania. Their national finals should be announcing their artists soon. Montenegro has been cutting people's songs for their national finals. People can't seem to understand that Eurovision songs need to be under 3 minutes.
Yeah, I saw something about rules. People can't seem to follow rules, and that's why they were like, you're disqualified, and you're disqualified, and you're disqualified.
They thought no rules was a directive from last year. They thought, oh, we're getting rid of the rules? Love that for us. That's, I think, what they
even
did.
Finland could follow the rules when it comes to the songs.
And with the branded logo, they said rules.
So, I'm sorry, if Finland can get it together, people who are submitting for Montenegro, they need to get it together. It's not a surprise. It's not a brand new thing that we're doing under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Vladana, help these people get it together.
Get them in shape.
And so, with that being said, we are going to talk today about Switzerland, because obviously, host country for the upcoming competition in 2025. So we wanted to take a look at Switzerland throughout the years. How are they doing? What's been their trend? What are we seeing? And I will say that for me personally, I mostly focused my energy into the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
sort of the modern times.
Yeah, I did that. I also, just because I figured why not, I did decide to do, I took a tip from the Book of Doug. I did a little bit of history review.
Ooh.
Would you like to see what I did, Doug?
I would love to hear more about it.
Okay, check this out. Of the 68 years that the Eurovision Song Contest has been around, Switzerland has participated in the Eurovision Song Contest 63 of those times, making their debut back in 1956. So they've actually only missed the song contest. What is that? About
5 times?
5-ish times.
Do we know why they missed by any chance? Or was it like one of those times where you were rotating bottom?
Most of the times, yeah, rotating bottom, #rotating bottom. They missed 4 of those contests in, I think they said, let's see, missing only 4 contests in 95, 1999, 2001, and 2003.
Yeah,
So
that would have been right around the time that. Yeah.
That's the rotating bottoms era.
There's Doug's #rotating bottoms era.
We got to get it into every episode.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yes, of those times, Switzerland has only been the winner 3 times. So their first time, 1956. Many of us.
I mean, that's a way to get it started, right? Like,
hey,
one and done. We're good. We don't need to do this anymore.
Let's make our debut and let's crown ourselves the winner. Why not? And then for those who, may not be as much of a knowledge base person in the world of Eurovision, let's name drop our queen, Celine Dion.
What? She was at Eurovision? I had no idea.
Not only was she in Eurovision, but she gave them the second win back in 1989, and brought that win home. Queen. Or no, excuse me. I think it was either 1988 or 1989.
I thought it was 89.
88.
It was 8. Okay.
Not to
Dang it. It was it was in the 80s, back in the 80s.
It was a long time ago in a
galaxy
far, far away.
1900s.
Back in the 1900s. And then
the late 1900s.
The big reason why we are all finding ourselves coming back to Switzerland in 2025, our pal Nemo has crowned themselves the winner this year, and we find ourselves coming back to Basel, Switzerland,
where it all began.
And so here we ish for them, at least.
Right.
So here we go. 3 winners and 63 times in the Eurovision Song Contest. And
I mean, that also means 60 times they didn't win.
And I gotta say, after listening to some of the songs, I'm not surprised.
Oh,
I mean,
hate to say it.
If we are going to be focusing on sort of their musical selections in the last 20 years, very similar to Cyprus, as Doug and I took a gander at their musical choices.
I feel like that's rude to Cyprus to say that.
But I say what I say and I mean it. And it's very much it's up and down and all around.
I mean, in the last 20 years, they've not qualified over half the time. That's not a great record.
No.
Lots of DNQ.
So not only did they not
for still coming back though every time,
it's cute that she tries.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Not only that, but if you look at just the straight up results of this, not only do they not qualify, but some of those times they've been straight up dead last. And not just once that you were dead last in your semifinal.
Oof.
So there's been some choices, and it's interesting to look at what language they've been singing in, and with the exception of 3 times, it's all been English. They tried in Italian, and this is the last 20 years, right, with the semifinals. So they did Italian, they did 2 in French, and the rest have been in English. Now, one of those French songs went on and got third place in 2021. I don't know how that got third place.
I don't either. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Nemo. Thank you so much for getting Switzerland out of their sad boy song phase. What is that? 5 years in a row of just sad boy songs? Oh no. No, 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 no.
I struggled so much back in 2022 trying to understand Marius Bear's Boys Do Cry song.
Mm-hmm.
For the life of me, I feel like they just found a street performer who was just like drunk and I'm going there, was just drunk and needed a side gig, and they were like, "What you doing this weekend? Do you want to come represent Switzerland?"
Was it really that bad?
I feel like he was drunk the entire week at Eurovision, and then he qualified, and they just like let it keep going. That's just me.
I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest. I mean, was it going to be a winner? No. Did it have a good message? I think yes.
Boys do cry.
Yes.
Katie, you're hesitating. Katie's like, should I be nice or should I just lay in?
It's a good message. I just think like between that and Water Gun, it's just like the message is just a little too saccharine, a little too laid on too thick. Like that was always my problem with Water Gun, was like, okay, I get it, the peace and no war and things message, but like vom, like it's too sickly sweet, too like, oh my gosh, we are the world. And I think that it was just like they laid it on too thick.
Coming from the most neutral country ever, too.
Yeah, with some of the highest gun ownership, but we won't talk about that.
I mean, I get what you're saying as far as like, you do have sad boy songs for the last so many years.
You also have, I mean, back early on, you also have songs that remind us all that vampires are alive, which to me was honestly one of the most WTF songs that I have ever heard. But was also
strange.
There's also a reason why that song did not qualify.
And began their
what you mean?
Began a streak of did not qualify.
You mean DJ Bobo didn't come out with a banger?
DJ with a name Bobo, like that, you would think.
DJ Bobo definitely DJ No.
Now the question is qualifying enough, because they failed to qualify 4 years in a row, and then they did qualify, but then got
only to come in dead last in the grand
final.
So
like, yay, I qualified, guys.
I noted that.
Imagine the Swiss population going into finals being like, oh my gosh, the streak is over, and then
this is our year.
JK.
What's ironic?
Was it an awful song though? How did we?
What's ironic is that song was it gave me Sarah Bareilles type of vibes. Yes.
I mean, don't you dare talk about my queen.
That's what it gave me.
Yeah, but in a very sad way.
In like I'm not gonna write you a love song kind of vibe. If she was trying to go for like 2007, 2008 Sarah Bareilles in 2011.
I can see it. I don't love the comparison because Sarah Bareilles can do no wrong in my book. But I see where you're going with it, and I'm gonna allow it.
Thank you for allowing it.
Yeah, it wasn't a great song, and it just felt like she was phoning it in. Like, guys, I got to be here. They made me do this.
Yeah.
Somehow I got duped into this.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, big that energy.
I mean, honestly, if you look at that 10-year it really was like a 10, 11 year streak.
Well, that's what.
Dead
Right, because
streak.
if we put her in the category of failed to qualify, because really like last place is you barely qualify, right? So then
Yeah.
you have 8, 9, 10 years in an 11-year span where it wasn't a great time to be from Switzerland in
No.
Eurovision.
Yeah,
And I'm sure that they had those conversations of like, what are we even doing?
that is, I mean, it's a little, I'll go to conspiracy town, but
Do it.
it's a little, we don't want to host this thing, but we want to be there.
The
So
participant
let's send
ribbon.
a song that's not gonna win, but like let's be part of the European unity and like show our support for this whole contest. But like we don't want to have it here, so
I mean,
we're not
you
gonna
could
send a winner.
you could honestly break it down, because I think if you look at it, a lot of those DNQs, those did not qualify, as were they not like 13th, 14th, 15th place in their semifinals?
Yeah, they were pretty low in their semifinals even.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
they definitely turned it around, because if you look at the last 5 years, of those last 5 years, they've qualified for all of them, and they've been in the top 4 3 out of the 5 times.
oh,
They're
let's
sad boy songs.
unpack, or actually let's stack Katie's conspiracy theory even more, because they've announced that budget has gone up even more for
Budget is
2025.
insane.
Have they
All the monies.
just been, putting money away these past several years and just been
A
waiting?
Eurovision
They've been
savings
waiting.
account.
There
And
you
then
go. All these years we don't qualify are just helping us build our coffers to host a great Eurovision.
we're just
one
stacking
day.
money. We're just storing money in the bank.
Yeah, and then they said, look
This is
at
the year.
this. Look at this young person with their incredible stage presence. They're going to kill it this year. And they did.
And then Celine called them and was
I was
like,
like, this is the year.
guess what? I'm feeling much better. I'm ready.
Yes, I'm feeling much better, but I don't know for how long. So
And
pull
and
the
my
trigger,
my documentary is getting released.
which
And it's all coming. Oh my gosh. I think we're onto something.
If by onto something you mean like tinfoil hats, yes, then I definitely think we're onto something.
yeah. And your point?
People love a good conspiracy theory.
Yes.
They, the code was written 10 years ago, and they've just been holding on to it, and now
And
is
on
the time.
on top of that, Nemo wrote a song called The Code, and we're breaking the code a little bit more.
It's just been in the Disney vault.
It's just
Jesus.
waiting for the time when Celine Dion said, now this can be released.
Yes. Correct.
What is happening?
She
Follow
signed the contract in whatever year Beauty and the Beast came out. When she did the song for them, she said, all right, Disney.
This is what's happening.
I walked into the president of Disney's office and I said, I want to make history. And that's what this is.
This is exactly what's happening.
It's been a plan for the last 30 years.
I think
Nemo wasn't even alive when this plan began.
I think Eurovision.
Turns out Nemo is actually related to Celine Dion.
Well, now you've gone too far.
No, is that too far?
They're not a Nepo baby.
Yeah, I think Eurovision Kiki is the first. I think Eurovision Kiki just cracked the code, and
you heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first. And
none of what we have said in the last 3 minutes is factual.
And you
little
heard
asterisk.
It's fun.
But there's somebody listening to this who's like, oh, they are onto something, and they are going to become an internet sleuth.
Yep.
Yeah. Stay tuned to Reddit for the next couple weeks.
Eurovision News is going to pick it up. It's going to be everywhere. Guys, we did it.
And it all started with us just basically figuring out that it took Switzerland 10 years of essentially plotting. No, actually 11 years of them plotting, not qualifying on purpose before then being like, now we're going to start planting a couple of good ones. And then we're going to kind of fall in the middle. We're going to qualify, but we're going to find ourselves in like the
Climb the
middle, and then
Like
we're
of
gonna
long
climb the ladder.
cons, this is the long
Yeah.
con.
Yeah.
Then
You can't just like not qualify for 11 years and then straight up win. You have to like, okay guys, no, we got fourth place, we got third place. Like, look
we're
at
gonna
us.
give you
We're
we're gonna give
trying
you
again.
something. We're gonna give you something, but then we're gonna dial it back, and then we're gonna give it to you. So
you just get it.
And then they're gonna retreat. So that's just now it leads me to wonder, what are they going to show us in 2025?
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but I do find it fun when you go from first to worst. Like,
I know.
Hey, we won last year. We're hosting, and then you don't even place, or you get last place, like Portugal in 2017. Like,
but
Israel
I
did
also
that.
feel like no country wants to spend this money 2 years in a row. So like, I don't know if there's a strategy behind it, or if they're just like, okay, we're in the finals, great, let's throw any song in there. But like, that is what it feels like sometimes.
Is this like the movie Eurovision where they're like, no, we absolutely need the worst possible.
We did what we did.
Yeah, ding dong.
Yeah, ding dong. It could be all
These countries just do not want to win. They're like, no, $40 million was enough. You absolutely need to tank it.
Yeah. Let's throw a stinker in there.
Oh my goodness.
I can see it.
Well, of those, okay, so to bring it all back, we've talked about a couple of those DNQs that were just oof choices. Are there any other call outs or any others that stood out there that was just like, oof, really?
I mean, I know we talked a little bit about it, but the 2021, I can't even what I don't even know the name of it. Universe.
The whole in English, the whole universe.
It was boring. I fell asleep. Like, if you want a song to help you get to bed at night, this is it.
Yeah.
How is it third place?
It's a slog.
It was. He's got a beautiful voice.
True.
That's great. Okay, let's do a little comparison. The whole universe, or Romanda from this year, which is better?
Oh, the whole universe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I would. Unpopular opinion.
I would disagree with that. And I don't like Ramunda.
So Kate, where do you fall on this?
On, I think To the Universe is worse.
Thank you. So the whole universe gets I'm just saying the whole universe gets third place. I don't see it.
Yeah. I clearly understand that this is a 2 against 1.
As long as Katie's on my side, nothing can go wrong. I'm just saying.
I understand that. This is a 2 against 1, and I understand.
All right, let's do a favorite and a least favorite of these last like 20 years.
Okay.
I can go first. I think my favorite is The Code. And I know that's easy because they won. So
it's a safe answer.
And it is a safe answer. But honestly, also going through these songs, I was just like, this slim pickings out here. Yeah. So that was my favorite for sure. Least favorite, gotta go with In Love for a While. Hate it.
Oh,
I hate it.
She said, it's not great.
Such a mismatch of the voice and the song, and just.
Yeah. I mean, when you the problem is too, like, the staging did nothing for her.
Yeah.
You stand up there and you sing. I feel like we're past that, especially in the quote unquote modern era of Eurovision. You have to have a powerhouse song for you to just be able to stand there.
Right. Because even Nemo was on stage by themselves, but they rocked the entire stage, and obviously their song would fit that kind of energy. But yeah, if it's a stand and sing ballad, like, I know you don't love the intro to Slimane from this year, but with the coming out of bed situation, but like when he stands back and power sings, like that is like, you can sing a ballad on stage by yourself and rock it. But yeah, just standing there and doing nothing. Go ahead, girl,
And
give us nothing.
and props to her for doing it. She made it to the finals.
She
That's
quote unquote
about what I can say for that song.
she quote unquote broke the streak.
Not the code, just the streak.
All right, everybody else's favorites and least favorites.
Okay, I won't pick the code just because it's the
Good for
easy
you.
one. I'm gonna say Boys Do Cry. I'm doing it. I know that my husband is gonna listen to this and he's gonna be like, "Thanks for sticking up for me," because that was one of Ryan's favorites from that year. So I like the messaging of it. I like the pace of it fit the song and the message. So I was a big fan of that song.
Fair enough.
Least favorite, I mean, 2021. Come on, that French. The universe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over it. Absolutely not. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's rough.
I got nothing else. I got nothing nice to say, so we're just gonna cut it there.
Okay. Probably most favorite aside from the code, I will also kind of like jump out. 2019, She Got Me. I like the beat. It gives me like, I don't know why I sometimes just get kind of like Spanish Latin vibes, even though he's like basically singing in English. But I like the beat and I like the choreography. I really enjoyed his live performance. Least favorite, I already said it a little bit earlier, but DJ Bobo is a DJ no with Vampires Are Alive, and that entire thing is just like, it's a hodgepodge of WTF all over. And when I saw that and how it just launched Switzerland's decade plus of, well, I mean, it basically was a decade of just choices, stinkers, and flops.
They can't all be winners.
They can't all be winners. A decade of flops. It was just like, oh no. And so,
I mean, I feel like if we played Bop or Flop, this one would be real easy.
Yeah.
This was an easy flop, and so there you have it for me, and that's what I'm gonna. That's how I call it.
I love that.
And I think that's where we can say Switzerland. We hope that this renaissance continues, and that we see some good performances. Although I would love to see a first to worst situation, Switzerland deserves better. So hopefully we can see them do well.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what they put forward this year.
I'm excited. Katie, we're happy that you're back.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
We loves it. And on that note, to our listeners, thank you again, as always, for listening to us. Be sure to like and subscribe to all of our content. You can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify at Eurovision Kiki. If you got questions for us, be sure you throw those our way at eurovisionkiki@gmail.com. Otherwise, we'll call it for now. And as always, we'll see you all at our next Kiki. Bye.
Bye.